And we are back once again with a new video here at Bat Universe. My name is David, as you hopefully or probably or maybe not know. If you don't know it, this is the first video you watch, I recommend you to subscribe. 50% of our followers are not subscribers, so make sure to do so. In today's video we're going to speak about my expectations about the Gotham Knights game coming up in 2022. I asked you to send in some questions like I did with the Batman movie. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to check it out. And you gave me 12 questions that I'm going to answer today. Before this video starts, I want to say that we got a giveaway going on right now, where you can win a comic from Bird City Comics. It will be going to the 20th of July, so if you see it after that, sorry but you can't participate. We will probably have more giveaways in the future. Let's go. So, the Gotham Knights game. You'll send me 12 questions in a couple of hours, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And the first question I got here was, do you think Batman will be alive in it? And I think this is a pretty big question surrounding the game, and yes, I do. I think I mentioned this in my Court of Owls video, but there is a comic book storyline where Bruce Wayne gets kidnapped by the Court of Owls and where he's kept in a maze. I think it will be inspired from that comic book storyline, and I think that maybe he become one of the talents, and that the Gotham Knights will have to fight him in the ending. I think that would be pretty cool, and then obviously they don't kill him off, but he also could be killed off. I'm kind of split there, because it seems obvious that he shouldn't be killed off, and that's the reason why I think he might be killed off. And if they save him, it's pretty hard to make a Gotham Knights 2, since, well, if he isn't dead, then Batman will probably be in Gotham Knights 2, and the Gotham Knights, well, it's kind of a new group started for this game with the Bat family, so I'm not sure. On the first hand, I don't want him to be dead, because I need more Batman games in the future. That's not a question, but at the other part, I would get if he was killed off, because it kind of would make sense if they ever do a Gotham Knights 2. So yeah, that's it. And this question was asked by Concrathon06. SIMIABELKE asked, do you expect that at the end of the game it will be revealed that Batman didn't die? I think this is kind of the same question, but I'm kind of split, 50-50, maybe not. I hope he isn't, but at the same time I would get if they kill him off. Which villain or villains do you hope to see, asks Andrew Martinez _47. One of the villains I'd like to see is Scarface, because we only saw him as a Easter egg in the earlier Arkham series, which I thought was kind of a bummer, because he's not a villain many people have done that much with. But since I already have a little theory about what's going to happen with all of the Arkham inmates will be like released, I think we're going to see most of them. I'd also like to see a Clayface storyline, because we got to see him in Arkham Asylum, and also Arkham Knight. I can't remember if we saw him in Arkham City, but that was kind of a bummer for me, because he not that much really happened with his character. It wasn't used as much as it could have been, which was kind of a bummer. I think Scarface could be handled as a kind of mob or like bank robber type of villain, and I'd also like to see the Maroni family and also the Falcone family in the game. And I would like to see Mr. Freeze, which I already know is confirmed he will be in it. And also, like, obviously there's a lot of villains I think we should have in the game that we've seen before, like Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, Penguin, you know, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, all those normal villains. But I'd like to see more of the like less known type of villains in the game, like Clayface, Scarface. It would be nice to see this. I think it's called Man Baby or something like that. Also, Baby Doll would be cool to see. And also, Polka Dot Man would be really funny to see how he would be, you know, be playing a part in the game. you know, just a bunch of B villains. Yeah, B villains. Villains that hasn't been used that much. I can't remember what his name is, but this caveman type of person would also be very cool to see. Just a bunch that hasn't been used proper earlier. Because making a reboot of the Arkham series, or it's not really an Arkham series reboot, but it's a reboot of the Batman gallery in video game franchise type of way, and I think that's a kind of risky move to do. So therefore, they can't really reuse the ideas of the earlier characters that we had in the Arkham series, because it's going to flop if they do so. So I think they have to kind of use villains that we haven't used, or make these villains be used in a totally different way. But I would like to see, you know, probably the entire gallery. Luke MCL27 do you think each character you play as will give you a different story to do? No, I don't think so. I see where you're coming from, but I think it will be one storyline you do, since you can play co-op with 4 people, and I don't see a co-op game have different storylines while you play them. I think each and every character will have different portrayals and you know, do you say charismatics, or you know, different personalities. So Red Hood might be a bit cocky. We will see that Nightwing is kind of acting like a leader. You know, Batgirl and Tim Drake is kind of smart. And Batgirl is kind of, you know, also she stands on her own legs. What? Or, well, for a while at least. But you see, I think all of them will have different personas and we will have different dialogue, but I don't think that we will see different storylines from each and one of them. And since you can play solo as all characters as well, like if you play, if I've understood this right, if you play as Red Hood solo, you will not have Nightwing, Batgirl, and Tim Drake with you, but if you play 4 co-op, you will have everyone with you. So I don't think it will have different storylines, maybe as DLCs, which I hope it will have. But I don't think there will be different storylines. No, I don't think so. Will it be good, or will it be a letdown like Avengers, asks Dick.odd. I don't think this will be a letdown as Adventures, since it's 2 different type of games. They both seem to have a couple of like the same kind of gameplay, but Avengers was more or less just a game which was created with multiplayer. You did some multiplayer and then you were done. This is a story-driven game with some of the elements in the Avengers game, but the elements will not screw up your gameplay experience. Like, you can pretty much play against each villain in your own level. You don't have to level up, but if you level up, they will have level up too, and therefore they will have abilities that they didn't have when you were in lower level. I hope that made sense, but that's how it's going to work. But I don't think it will be a letdown, no. B Sara I__8336 asks, who are you playing? And my first choice will probably be playing as Nightwing, and just because I prefer Richard Grayson as a Robin, and I prefer him as his, you know, in the Bat family, or after Batman, of course. And I think he's a very interesting character, and he was kind of first, you know, old, mature, wasn't that small, like some of the Robins were a bit cocky and, you know, I'm not gonna follow you, I do my own thing, let's kick some ass, which I don't really like with Robins. Sure, Dick isn't perfect, but he's grown into his own character and he's mature, and therefore I will play as him. Then I would like to play as Red Hood as well, because I like Red Hood very much too as a character. And third choice would be Batgirl, and fourth would be Tim Drake's Robin, just because, first off, the the idea of him teleporting is just absurd to me and very stupid, and I don't think that should be in a Batman game. And second of all, we've played as Robins in, you know, DLCs and such in the Arkham series, also as Batgirl and Red Hood, but we've mostly played as a Robin when we've had co-op missions and, you know, stuff like that. And we've seen pretty much of, you know, Robins for a while in the gameplay series. Not as much as people hoped, but, you know, still quite a bunch. So therefore, I'm not really interested in playing his character. And also, Tim Drake's Robin is one of the most boring Robins to me. And therefore, I'm not really interested in playing his character. TIMOTHYL.E.E asks, they star me as the main character, Court of Owls. I don't know if he says that he's been a part of the game or something like that, or if he asks that if the Court of Owls will be the main villain. And yes, they will be the main villain in this game. And I guess they will have sidekicks and stuff like that, but they will be the main villain in the game. ALFREDISEVERYPENNYWORTH asks, when will it come out? Right now we don't know exactly when the Gotham Knight game will come out, but we know that it will be sometime in 2022. They said it would be in 2021 earlier, so hopefully it will be in early 2022, but it might get delayed because of the pandemic and, you know, all that shit that everyone is going through right now. So we're not sure. And the last question we got right now that I feel is appropriate to answer is from Roger_Giju1, who asks, do you think the story will include Red Hood going rogue or turning against the rest of the Bat family? I don't think that will happen necessarily, since I think that Red Hood has already had an arc in his life when this game, you know, happens. I think there's already a backstory to when he is rogue and when he, you know, kind of turns on Batman and blames him for his own death. So I don't think that will happen. Also, since if I've understood this correct, I'm not sure if I have, but you will not, when you play solo, if you play solo, you will not see all 4 characters, and therefore I don't think that they will have interactions with each other that often, and therefore also because he's a playable character, but those are the 2 like main things I think kind of clears it out that it's not what's going to happen. Because it would be weird for the person playing as Red Hood to turn rogue and try to beat his own, you know, teammates. And also, if you're playing solo, you will not have, maybe during cutscenes and stuff, but you will play by your own. It would be weird if you played by your own and out of nowhere Red Hood turns rogue. I don't know, I don't see that happening. I see where you're coming from. That would be a very cool storyline, but I don't think that will happen. A third reason I think that's not what's going to happen is because in the latest Batman game we got, or in the latest Gotham game, call it whatever you want, Red Hood was rogue and he was a villain, or, you know, he came back from the dead, or yeah, he died and came back in the 4th Batman. So that has already happened. That time as Arkham Knight, of course, but it's already happened in a way. So I'm not sure. I don't think that's very likely to happen, even though it would be a very cool concept. But that was all of the questions we've had today. Thank you everyone for commenting. It means a lot that you have done so. I will ask you all to do one thing in this video. If you watched this far, make sure to comment what you think about my expectations for the Flashpoint movies, because that's a movie I really looking forward to, and it would be really fun to answer some questions if you have any. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. I checked the other day and only 50% of the persons who's watching our videos our subscribers, which I think is a real shame. I also saw that 100% of all of our followers are males, and therefore here is a picture of Bruce Wayne's six-pack for all the ladies out there. A lot of more sexual Batman content is coming soon, so make sure to subscribe. That was just a joke, but anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a thumbs up, a comment down below or something like that. Thanks.